Hello, thank you for starting this training video on the SSOR events. This video's training agenda consists of the following events topics: introduction to events, how to add or edit events data, how to create or edit discrepancy data, how to delete a discrepancy, reporting investigation data. Okay, let's get started. Events. Here's our introduction. The SSOR presents SSOA users with records of all events meeting FTA's definition of accident as reported to the National Transit Database, or NTD, by overseeing RTAs. The events page in SSOR displays these events for SSOA users. Now let's discuss how to add or edit events data. Here's steps 1 through 2 on how to add or edit events data. To add an event, click the Agency Management tab to access the events link on the navigation bar. Click the Report Year, select the drop-down to select the year for which the events data will be entered. Next, you want to click the Events link on the Agency Management navigation bar to access the events page. An events grid with the following details will be displayed: entity event ID, event date, total fatalities, report mode ID, event type, total injuries, SSOA ID, mode, probable cause, agency, the RTA where the event occurred, description, report. Most event data will be pre-populated for SSOR users. The events grid also contains an edit link for each row of data, so users can report their investigation-related data for each event. NTD event data cannot be edited in SSOR. If any of this data requires edits, the RTAs must edit the data directly in the NTD. In step 4, you will want to click the edit link on the row of data to add or edit event investigation details. We see that edit button in the far right of the table grid. Now you want to enter all investigation data into the fields shown on the screen. Fields marked with an asterisk are required fields: SSOA event ID, 2-hour SSOA notification, probable cause, was investigation reviewed and adopted by SSOA, investigated by, investigation report issued by, reasoned investigation was not reviewed and adopted, an investigation report. Step 5. To save edits, click the Submit Edits button. You can see the Submit Edits button in the top right-hand corner of your screen on the SSOR Event Investigation Data page. Now let's discuss how to create or edit discrepancy data. Through SSOR, users can log discrepancies on imported events to mark them as needing updates and track changes. These discrepancies can be referenced when communicating with the user's RTA as to the changes they need to make in the NTD system. Step 1 in how to create a discrepancy. While viewing an event in Event Management, the Create Discrepancies button is available. So we see that here in the screenshot in the upper right-hand corner, the Create Discrepancies button. In step 2 on how to create a discrepancy, we're clicking the Create Discrepancies button will open the Create Discrepancies grid where one or more discrepancies can be logged on the selected event or its related objects, persons, or vehicles. So we see the Create New Discrepancies grid, and we do see data element for person. We also see the Create New Discrepancies button as well here. Now let's move on to steps 3 through 4 for creating a discrepancy. Information can be entered or selected in the data element, related object, and new value dropdowns, and the discrepancy description field. Click the Save Discrepancies button to save these discrepancies to the event. We see the Save Discrepancies button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Okay, here's step one in how to edit a discrepancy. Open discrepancies can be edited in two places, in the Discrepancies Management tab or while viewing an event in Event Management. The Management Discrepancies button will be available there. Notice the Management Discrepancies button in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Here's step two in how to edit a discrepancy. If viewing through Discrepancies Management tab, the list of discrepancies on the event are located at the bottom of the page. In step three, grids in both locations will have an edit icon next to open discrepancies. Closed discrepancies cannot be edited. And we see in the grid here from the screenshot that this is an open discrepancy, as we do see the edit icon corresponding to the right here. In step four, in how to edit a discrepancy, clicking the edit icon will allow the user to edit the discrepancy or log comments on it. And so we see that there's some fields open here for edit. We do see a save edit button or a cancel, and then we also see an input box to write a comment. In step five, click the save edit button to save the changes to the discrepancy. So we see the save edit button here. Now let's discuss how to delete a discrepancy. Discrepancies can be deleted in situations where discrepancies should not be in the system. For example, if two discrepancies were accidentally logged for the same data issue, open discrepancies can be deleted in Discrepancies Management. There are no column names associated with this field. 2. On the right side of the grid is an icon or red X. Closed discrepancies cannot be deleted and will have a grayed out icon instead. So we see in the screenshot, we see a red icon, which indicates the ability for deletion. We also see a grayed out X, which indicates that this record cannot be deleted. Step 3, clicking the red X icon will open a confirmation message to confirm the deletion of the discrepancy. Step 4, confirming this will permanently delete the discrepancy. Now let's discuss reporting investigation data. Once an SSOA submits its annual report, the FTA validation team will review investigation data as part of its annual report validation process. The chart below depicts the event reporting process from start to finish. Please note, information, clarifications, and definitions of event thresholds can be found in the NTD Safety and Security Reporting Policy Manual and FTA 2-hour accident notification guidance at the following links. So we have those links here, and we'll zoom in a bit to discuss this process model. And so here we see a depiction of the accident event reporting process. We have our swim lane for data entry, and we see that we have two agencies here, the Rail Transit Agency, or RTA. We also have the State Safety Oversight Agency, or SSOA. And we have our process steps that are part of the process. So here there's a depiction where we're starting where the event occurs. There's a step to notify the state and FTA of event within 2 hours. The next step is to report event in NTD. And then the process transitions over from RTA over to SSOA. The SSOA will enter data pushed into SSOR, then verify event data and identify discrepancies. Now, if discrepancies are identified, the SSOA would work with RTAs to fix the data discrepancies as needed. And from there, the process does loop back to report event in NTD by RTA, and then transitions forward to SSOA. Now, when arriving at the verification event data step for identifying discrepancies, if no other discrepancies are identified, the SSOA would progress forward to enter event probable cause into SSOR, and then we end here with submitting the report to FTA validation team.
This concludes this video's training
For SSOR questions, please see the contact information on this slide.